Thank you, Patrick. Just to follow up for what you said, I've got the hair and I've got the poem as well. So, sorry. Hi, everybody. To be standing here 34 years after I stood on the main hall stage to speak at my own graduation is really a very special kind of aching beauty for me. It is a gift that I thank each and every one of you for, graduates, parents, families, teachers, board members, support staff, and alumni. Through my words, I hope that you feel my love for you seep into your bones and into your flesh and make its way into your heart. And of course, I hope that you will forgive me if I get you or anything else wrong. I want to thank Rebecca and Patrick and Seema and Sinead for trusting me. And like I said to the east side this morning, I might cry, but then that would be a perfect response to being here with all of you. Yes, I'm Anita Kapoor, class of '89. And while I really don't want to drive a line in the sand, I will forever be Dover. Of course, the campus looks very, very different today. But it only takes me just a little moment to stand in that main hall and conjure up Dover's former architecture, its smell and its energy, the aircon pool and the quadrangle, how we boycotted Leavers Day because the class of '88 had had a little too much fun and we had been warned. The humanities block where I had my first kiss. The art room. It's like you guys know where it was. The art room where my art teacher told me I was terrible, and he was absolutely right. And the spray-painted words of love that a boy once wrote for me on the driveway. You too will have your memories, and some of you for many more years than me at 6 years. But most of all, what I remember immediately, all the ways that I was taught to value myself and others. You know, I spent a really, really long time thinking about what I was actually going to say to you guys today. Do I tell you how successful I have been? Well, I'm not always successful. Do I tell you all of my accolades? All that says about me is how someone's opinion made me seem special. Should I talk about how uncertain the world feels and how to fight it? But you already know how this world is, and you will change it. And why would you need more comparison or pressure to rise to my life that isn't going to be yours? Really, I care more about what and how you feel inside you. That place is the most important place in the world. How you grow to value who you are and others, how you build that room inside your heart will drive your entire life's choices and decisions further than the temporariness of an exam score, a uni degree, or a work opportunity. So, as you leave one cycle of life, pause and enter another, I have a little list for you. I wrote it over weeks, gathering words and feelings into little love notes that I hope that you can come back to over and over again. From my time at UWC, from all the cycles of my life so far, it is the sum of the experiences of humanness. Because no matter how this world feels, acts and acts out, amidst all of the noise and the grabbing for our attention sits our distinct, unbreakable, and irreplaceable humanness. Our ability to feel, to support, to empathize, to respond, and to comfort, to create and to touch, to hold, to speak, to sit silently, to endure, to include, and to love. I guarantee you, your humanness will be challenged many times, by intellectualism, by all kinds of intelligences, formulas, and versions of life that seem successful, by a digital speed that you were born into. So hold your humanness close, because it is alive and awake, and the force that saturates the sweet experience of living. And I hope that you never trade it in or give it away. So here are my 15 love notes to you. Number 1, remember that you have always had your own ideas and dreams. Even if you push them away for fear of letting someone down, your dreams will always, always rise right back up. Nurture them, live them, even if they are not the dreams others expect for you. 2, be unafraid to say, I don't know, not right now, I'm not ready, no. And be equally unafraid to say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Allow the slow unraveling of the hard edges of life's certainty into something softer, organic and light and uncertain. This will be a guiding experience for you to master over time. Be brave to be curious. Be soft and examine everything. Know that 2 things can be right at once. Nurture objectivity even when you know your stand is responsible. Allow yourself to be surprised. 4, I always thought that life was not going to be long enough to do and to be, that I was fighting against an invisible ultimate timeline that others seemed to understand, but I didn't. And I figured it out only a couple of years ago, so I pass it on to you early. Develop your own timeline and believe in it. It is absolutely true that what is for you never passes you by. It may take a few lanes, side lanes and detours, but there is all the time for that. 5, it's gonna feel different and exciting and lonely and full and strange and messy after high school. The good news is, life is a little messy always because it's 90% emotions and 10% logic, and don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. So I would ask you to make friends with your feelings. You will experience many challenging situations, but nothing is forever. Developing a kind method for steadying your thoughts and grounding your body will help you ride what will be temporary waves and will see you through life. How I do it? I lie on the floor and I breathe. I cry often. I cried this morning when I knew that I would be facing all of you. I write my feelings. I open my mouth and I hum or I wail, depending on the day. I talk to people who are younger and older than me. I move my body, and yes, I hold trees. I sink my feet into the grass. What I'm trying to tell you is that I don't hold it all in, because I cannot, and I don't want to. I want to always feel spacious and safe, and a friend to myself on the inside. And I want you to feel the very same way too. Number 6, work to abolish systems that deny all the same freedom, inclusion, voice, dignity, and self-respect. By understanding what your privilege has enjoyed. Want an us, not an us and them. Do not believe in division. 7, be kind. Even when you don't fully understand someone else's life or feelings. If you can rise to compassion even in disagreement. If you can support and include anyone. These are the essentials of human conduct that change lives, demolish cruelty, and releases everyone into equity. 8, you will be able to survive and live with loss. Not because it's easy, but because the human experience can process pain and can live alongside it, and yet find it in ourselves to experience happiness and joy too. We are more nuanced and courageous than we realize. 9. We're getting there. Failure comes. Success comes. It does not define you. How others feel about your failure and your success is about them. How you feel about your failure and success is about you. Never outsource your self-esteem to anyone or anything. 10. Remember to touch people with the soft love of your words, your hands. If you have never experienced soft words or the touch of love, create a physical and spoken vocabulary for yourself of how you wish to experience kindness, respect, and dignity. Read it to yourself every day, action it, and share it generously and liberally. 11. Be transparent, accountable, open, and truthful with yourself and each other. It will be uncomfortable, embarrassing, and frankly, pretty weird, until it is normal. It's meant to be normal and will save you and everyone else a lot of silent suffering. 12. Don't hide your beliefs in gender nonconformity, in erasing the stigma of mental health, in ending racism, in the freedom to love whoever anyone wants to. Never, ever be ashamed of all of its loveliness. But no, there is much work needed in the beautiful anarchy of abolition that is part of this loveliness. We all need each other to stand for each other. 13. Engage in what doesn't help you to get rich or become smarter, but will evolve all life for everyone. Speak to women about leadership. Read books by men who are learned in feelings and trauma. Take courses by professors who teach how to live and live joyfully. Absorb the work of gender-fluid, BIPOC, and LGBTQI thinkers who know more about living their truth than anyone else, who study decolonization of the body and the mind, and who are invested in everyone's healing. Listen to the wind. Be amazed by birdsong. And never, ever get tired of another sunrise. Because we need equitable communities of multi-generational gender and economic fluidity, respect and dignity and trust and personal safety and peace. We are, after all, interconnected beings. Number 14. Dignity is everyone's right. Apply it equitably to the lady who supports your home and cleans your toilet for a living, as you do to your parents and your friends, the stranger asking you to buy tissues on the street corner, and to yourself. 15. There isn't just one kind of ambition or one kind of leadership. There isn't one chance at anything. You have complete freedom to always do over. And to end, I have a final 2 messages for the teachers and for the parents in this room. Teachers, you are the world's caregivers, motivational coaches, cheerleaders, and lifesavers. Thank you. May you too change the system over and over again to reflect the depth and the breadth of learning abilities of all, where everyone, including someone like me, an average C, B, and a very occasional A student, always, always know that they are experiencing equity. To the parents in the room, how bittersweet this moment. So allow me to please recite the final paragraph of a poem, sorry Patrick, titled Walking Away by Cecil Day-Lewis, shared by the beautiful writer Susan Cain in her weekly newsletter, also titled Bittersweet. That hesitant figure, eddying away, like a winged seed loosened from its parent stem, has something I never quite grasped to convey about nature's give and take, the small, scorching ordeals which fire one's irresolute clay. I have had worse partings, but none so that gnaws at my mind still. Perhaps it is roughly saying what God or the universe alone could perfectly show, how selfhood begins with a walking away, and love is proved in the letting go. Parents, may you let go, and may your children always know that they can come home. Thank you.